Class 1 IVD product for cancer screen and cancer detection. So we take that responsibility very, very seriously, me and my employees.
And you have your lovely daughters working for you.
Yes.
They spoke very highly. You are definitely their role model.
Thank you. Yeah, they are definitely my foundation. All of us, me, my husband, as a medical director, and my two daughters, we all work here at Cellmark. This is home. This is what we want to build, and we have built so far. So we're very proud of the accomplishment that we have had in the past and what we are planning to do in the future.
And what are your plans for the future?
Well, the plan is to continue grow the business because it is a good business. I am a philanthropist, and I feel money in the hand of philanthropists can truly change the world. And that's my intention, to change the world when it comes to Assyrian brothers and sisters and people that I'm close to, like my people. And I have a very optimistic feeling that I could and I will make that contribution to the society.
We are very proud of you, and we're proud that you have maintained your integrity, your nationalistic desires to help out our own people, help out Assyrians, and that's really very important. There are lots of people, when they become successful, they may shy away, especially in the United States, from our cultural group. But you have not only stayed within the culture, but you have actually actively participated and are playing a major role.
I try to keep my interests and my ambition aligned with what God wants me to do. And I feel like when I am quiet, when I'm peaceful, when I have that type of a life, God speaks to me loud and clear. So I am confident to say whatever God's wish is for me, for my business, for my Assyrian brothers and sisters, His will be done.
Nora, I have really enjoyed spending time with you, with your kids, with your employees, almost all day today. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for having us here. Do you have any additional advice, any last word you want to give to say about doing business to our brothers and sisters?
Absolutely. For my Assyrian brothers and sisters, I strongly recommend for them to take pride in what they do, to have and demonstrate a strong work ethic, to be quality oriented, to go above and beyond the call of a duty, whether it is their own business or they work for an employer, because these are the habits that they need to be successful doing business in America. And if they decide to start their own business, I strongly recommend that they pay special attention to employees, to employee morale, provide a secure job so employees can turn around and be loyal to the employer and help the employer to succeed. Also to manage business very closely, pay attention to cutting costs, maximize profitability, and I highly recommend that when the business is profitable, take the money home and enjoy it, because every business owner has earned the right to enjoy the fruit of his or her success.
I am 30 years old. I'm an attorney here at Cellmark. I graduated from UC Hastings in 2011 and came to work for Cellmark right after. I've been actually working for Cellmark as long as I could ever remember. I am Nora's daughter, so when we began Cellmark, she needed bodies to help her do packaging and shipping, and I did a lot of folding of data sheets.
And why is your role as an attorney important to Cellmark?
It's very important. I actually share the duties with one other attorney. His name is Jeff Danis here. And you would be surprised about how many contracts and negotiations we go through as attorneys at Cellmark. And we always say, at least I always think this way, I'm like, what did we do before I went to law school? Like, how did we manage? I mean, for every relationship, whether that's a vendor, a supplier, a distributor, an OEM partner, a customer, even a strategic partner, every single one of them requires a mutual understanding of what the relationship is going to be between what Cellmark wants and what Cellmark thinks is important versus what they want and what they think is important.
You guys work globally. How does that work, say, with Germany or Italy or European countries? How does it work?
We don't have an actual company in Germany or Italy. That would be very difficult. The laws there, even just the HR, labor laws are very different in different countries, as well as the language barrier that would be difficult for us to set up shop in all those countries. So what we do is we find a distributor. And a distributor is just, you can think of them as an extension of Cellmark. We train them, we make sure that they understand our product line, and then they go ahead and they sell to their customers in their country. Our technical consultants, they're the ones that actually have the most interaction with our customers, and all of them are excellent, and they're all hand-picked, and they're all trained. To talk to the customers, to have a scientific basis of knowledge in order to come across as very intelligent and at the level of a pathologist, because that's what we expect. We have high expectations at Cellmark.
Should a new business that's starting up, should they get an attorney right away?
Attorneys are expensive. They are expensive. However, I cannot stress enough that even filing of a corporation, all of that should require an attorney just to consult with if necessary. And honestly, yes, attorneys can be expensive, but it's also very expensive to do something wrong. So my advice is, even before you start a business, even if you're just thinking about it, get the advice of an attorney. So you want to find a corporate attorney to help you with corporate matters.
How does HR is connected with law?
Human resources is very connected with law, whether that's California law, federal law. There are certain things that we can and cannot do when it comes to our hiring practices, our terminating practices, overtime, wage and hour laws. There's so many things that our employees are affected by that we need to know what their rights are, as well as what the company's rights are.
I am the marketing manager here at Cellmark, and I run our department that has 3 graphic designers and 1 marketing coordinator. We sell antibodies. We manufacture antibodies for cancer detection. So if a person goes in, they take a biopsy of the tissue, and then our antibodies are used to tell what type of cancer a patient has.
How do you market a product like that?
It's very interesting. It's very hard because you're dealing with very scientific people. We have 2 kind of customer base. One is a pathologist who studies diseases. And then we also have histotechs, which are more of a lab personnel. They're the ones that are dealing with the tissues. So when you're trying to market them, you need to think a pathologist wants more scientific information. So I actually have a piece here. And as you can see, it's very clean, clear, has charts and graphs and photos. And this is used to attract them as more of information about the disease, about the antibody and how it's going to help them detect the cancers. Versus for the histotechs, you have to go a little bit more easy. So we do more visuals for our histotechs, where we still talk about the antibodies, what they do, but we don't go into more technical details with them. Just enough to attract their interest. If there's an antibody they heard their pathologist, talking about, they can grab that piece and then give that piece to their doctor. Then their doctor can contact Cellmark and learn more about it. And then we'll have, their data sheets and articles and abstracts that we can then share to help, push this product and give them more information about, what that antibody does.
Now, how do you find your clients?
Most of our clients come from universities, hospitals, research lab, and private labs. When you try to go look for new customers, we go to trade shows, which are events that happen in each state, as well as we have national shows like US CAP, United States and Canadian Academy for Pathology. And then we have NSH, which is the National Society for Histotechnology. And those are areas that we can find new customers.
You market internationally as well, right?
We actually have distributors globally. We have about 60 to 80 distributors who sell our products. So one of the things that marketing does is we provide them marketing tools, much like our flyers, our technical information, our catalog, to help them push that.
What kind of training did you need to do your job?
I actually graduated from Southern Methodist University in 2007 with an advertising degree. So when I came here, it was very working up the ladder. I started as a coordinator, learning trade shows, and using my skills in advertising, trying to come up with these types of pieces. And then I actually started taking a project management class when I became the marketing manager to help me really project plan. Because I don't actually do the work, because my graphic designers do, I have to be able to, timeline our projects. I have to be able to define the scope. What exactly are we trying to accomplish with each marketing piece?
And if someone wanted to have a position like yours, what would you recommend?
I would highly recommend them not only getting possibly a degree in advertising, but also going into business with a focus on marketing.
I started in really getting involved in this area in biotechnology when I was at university in the 80s. And in Northern California, it was really a hotbed for this new industry of biotechnology. And I was on a path to either be in business or to be in medicine. And what happened was somewhat of a fusion of the two as I moved through the university in the 80s. When I ended up graduating, I had both a degree in business and in molecular biology, which allowed the perfect marriage of a career, in my opinion, to get into this field. Cellmark is really a company that is run by pathologists for pathologists, with really the ultimate goal of providing more advanced tools to the pathologists to improve patient care. So we're strongly focused on the sciences, if you will, in the organization, not just science, but medical science.
And how does Cellmark execute this vision in the marketplace?
We do it at multiple levels. I'd say the first and probably most important aspect would be the employees that we hire. And the employees that we hire, in fact, all of them that deal with product and interfacing with the customer, they all have some sort of biology or science background. So once they come in-house, the employee is essentially trained to basically understand the Cellmark way, and the Cellmark way of basically bringing science and innovative new products to the pathology community.
Tell me about how Cellmark educates its employees and its customers about its products and services.